Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Shubhra and today I'm going to review a book which is bundle of inspiration, full of spirit and adventure, and yes, it's none other than Shoe Dog. It's a memoir written by Nike's founder Phil Knight. Now let's talk about the brand and author himself. Phil Knight lives in Oregon. He grew up there, he studied there, and he was really interested in sports, specifically in running. He used to be a good runner and used to run tracks during his college days under a coach, Bill Bowerman, with whom he actually co-founded Nike. After reading this book, you will get to know company's inside story, its early days, and how it became one of the world's most game-changing and iconic brand. Also, you will realize that Phil is a self-made, strong man and a great storyteller, as throughout your read, you will be emotionally connected to the story and would not want to put it down. The main message of this book, or I would say one of the reasons he wrote this book, was to give advice to the next generation that we must pursue our calling. He wants us to understand that we have to be obsessed in whatever we do and should not stop until we get there. In other words, there should not be any ifs and buts about it. I definitely recommend this book and I shall tell you why, but before that, let me give you a little background about the story. The book has two parts, part 1 and part 2, and instead of chapter numbers, you will find the sections are segregated in years, like it starts from the year 1962 and goes on till 1980. So in part 1 of the book, the story starts that Phil has just graduated from college. He is 24 years old and has this crazy idea to import Japanese running shoes in the United States. With this crazy idea, he also wants to travel one of the wonders of the world. So he convinces his dad and makes the trip. And while he returns from the trip, he lands in Tokyo, manages to meet a CEO of a shoe company and tries to convince him his idea. Surprisingly, the CEO finds some opportunity in America and agrees to work with him and asks him about the company's name. And in the heat of the moment, he just makes up the name Blue Ribbon Sports, where actually there was no official blue ribbon. It was just something that he wore in sports way back in school. Isn't it that interesting? But later in the book, you will find that Blue Ribbon does become the official name of the company and Nike appears almost in the later part of the chapters. So in the second part of the book, Phil talks about how Nike was incorporated and how it became public and gained millions in values, how they expanded their operations in different parts of the world. He also puts some shadow in his own life. He talks about his family, his sons, and he also talks about his regrets. Here, I really liked his honesty. So basically, this book is all about how Phil and his team struggled. There were lots of litigations, ups and downs, but they were into it, they were determined, and how they built the Nike that we know today. Anyone can read this book, be it entrepreneurs, corporate professionals, students, or if you just want to know the history of Phil Knight and Nike. There are a lot of learnings and takeaways from this book, and now I will tell you the reasons that why I recommend this book. Number 1, you have to take chances in your life, or what they call is be a risk taker. His story will tell you how he took chances at each and every step of his life. He was just fresh out of the college, had no business experience, but he took that risk and it completely changed his life. Number 2, involve your team in making decisions. There are a lot of examples in this book that will tell you that you should involve your team in making good decisions. I would like to share a quick example that the name of the company Nike was actually not given by Phil Knight. It was given by one of his employee who was his full-time employee number 1. And you see, Nike is such a beautiful and meaningful name. So likewise, while reading the book, you will find there are a lot of instances that will make you believe that teamwork definitely pays off. And last but not the least, I would say his story will teach you that if you have passion to do something, just keep doing it. Let people call it a crazy idea. Don't even stop until you get there. In other words, just do it. I hope you like my review, and I hope this review will make you want to pick up the book and read it for yourself. I find this a really fascinating story rather than being a boring business book. And also, you will get to know some important characters or people that actually started Nike. It was completely a team effort with a tint of hard work, determination, good team, and of course, luck. And I would like to add, as we all have a pair of Nikes in our closet, and even if we don't, I would say that this book is must in our bookshelf. It's worth a read. Just give it a try. To be honest, I feel so connected with this brand after reading the book, and I have totally different perspective about it. Hence, I give this book 5 stars. There are many sites from where you can buy the book. I normally purchase it from Amazon, but if you don't want to spend too much money, you can also purchase it from thrift books. I have provided both the links in the description box below, and if you know some other sites, please do let me know. Feel free to like, comment, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe my channel for more such reviews, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you get all the notifications from me. Till then, take care, stay safe, and keep reading.